Okay. Let's start with some breathing, some nice relaxed breathing down into the lower abdomen. So go ahead, cross your hands at the thumb webs and try and keep your elbows out a little bit. You don't want to droop them down too much. Not too much effort goes into it because it goes up into your shoulders, but just a little bit of space around the sides of your body. And then when you breathe in, allow your belly to expand. And then exhale and let it fall or return back towards your spine. Let's do a few breaths like that. And then put your hands around the sides of your waist. This is around, there's a belt meridian that goes around here. And so press in with your hands. And then when you breathe, use your muscles to expand out to the sides. And then when you exhale, allow your hands to come back in. So you want to keep the pressure on your hands in toward the side of your waist. And then when you inhale, expand really down to the lowest part of your diaphragm down here. And activate a few more breathing muscles than maybe we use just in general. And now put your hands on your low back. You might want to bend your knees a little bit. And then when you inhale, breathe into your hands on your low back, the kidney, low back area here. And then relax that when you exhale. So inhale, it's a lengthening of the spine on that inhale. And then exhale and let everything relax. A couple more. And then relax your arms down. Let's do some spinal cord breathing. So breathe in and expand your chest and exhale. Round your upper back. Don't lean over too much. We'll do that today, but later. And inhale and exhale. Expand your chest. And then push your elbows together, expand into your upper back. A few more breaths like this. And then let your arms relax down. Take a moment to check in, see how you feel. Feel yourself starting to wake up. Wake up your circulation of blood, energy. And now put your hands up like this. So palms facing forward, arms just up, like stick them up. And then we'll do a little twist to one side. Now, when you twist, lift that opposite heel so it allows you to do a little bit more twist. And then go from one side to the other. When you do the twist, it's a good idea to exhale so you can get deeper into the twist. And then bring your arms down a little bit. So now palms facing down. And now the target is more into the middle of your spine. Feels good on your feet. Feels good on your back. And then bring your hands down low and even bend. Bend your knees a little bit if that feels all right for you. And so we're stimulating and circulating the energy all through the body, low, middle, and high. And now just gradually make that start to turn into knocking on the door of life. So your feet are comfortably apart, knees soft, and then you just tap around the front and around the back, around the waist, the low back. Maybe get a little bit up into the rib cage, the lower part of your rib cage. Just stimulate all the organs. There's a few important energy points around this area. Keep on breathing. Remember to exhale. And then slow down and let that turn into water waves. Sweep your arms around gently in front of you and behind you. You can have many intentions, but one could be to clear away the worries about the future and the stress of the past. Or it could be to remind yourself that you're neither in the future nor in the past. You're always right here, right now. Let yourself sink into the present moment. And slowly let that wind down. And again, take a moment to check in and feel your body. Now let's do a little bit of a stretch for the calves and the ankles. So I recommend that you hold on to something like this, and then you put one foot right behind you. And then you lean your weight a little bit forward and then shift your weight back into your heel. Now, if you have your hip open and your foot open, you're probably not going to feel it on the back of your calf. And that's the target area. There's two muscles there, one layered on the other. And the top, you can see on a lot of people, if they work out a lot, you can see like the striations of that gastrocnemius muscle coming up both sides. But underneath, and that one attaches on your heel, excuse me, and also above the knee. So that's why we have the knee straight on this one. And the other one is the soleus, and it's underneath. To get, we want to maybe bring your foot in a little bit more and then just bend. Shift your weight so it's mostly on this foot. The front one, not so much. The back one, and then you can see how much you can bend your knee. So this is the joint that we're working right here. And you can see that if your hamstrings and these muscles here are stretched out, then you'll be able to have a better range of motion on your foot. And just stay here for a little bit. Just take another breath or two. And focus your attention on your ankle. And then let's do the same thing on the other side. So start out with your toes pointing pretty much straight ahead and also your hip pointing straight ahead. Because if you open up your hip, that shifts the stretch a little bit more. I feel it more on the outside of my calf on the lower part. But when I shift the hips to face totally the way in front of me, then it goes right to the back of the calf. You have your knee straight or as straight as you can, and then press your weight into your heel. Let your hips kind of drop forward. So instead of here, you're here. You can even use some leverage. I'm pressing on this chair to get a little bit more stretch on the calves. Feels good. You want to hold it maybe about 30 seconds or so. And then let's stretch the other muscle, the soleus, which is the underneath one. Shift the weight mostly to this, the leg that we were just stretching the back of the calf. And then see if you can bend your knee. I've noticed that since I started practicing this, I can bend a lot more. I have a lot better range of motion. Maybe not all the time, but especially after I've done the stretch. You want to stay that way. For a little bit. And then release that stretch. And then for this one, I want to, you want to make this high heel position. So I'm really forcing the top of my foot right here forward. So it stretches around the arch. Feels really good. And then release that. Let's do that again. And release it. Let's do a couple more times. We wear shoes so much that feet get kind of stuck. They forget how to move. We'll show them how to do it again. And the same thing with the other side. So you just use some force to push the front of your foot forward. And then you want to do a stretch and release and stretch and release. If you ever get a cramp in your foot, this is a really good thing to do. And now there's one more way you want to be able to move, and that is stretching the front. So you'll need something like a mat, or if you're on carpet, then that's good. You want to stretch the front and then release it. Now just do that a few times. This was something that I feel that I had neglected personally because I used to be able to easily stretch and point my foot, and now it's a little bit more of a challenge. So you want to release the stretch and bend the toes and then do that again. And then you can do the same thing with the other one. So it's like curl your toes under a little bit and feel the stretch on the front of your foot into the ankle, down into your toes as well. And then when you feel like that's enough, then you release and do it again. So I'm pressing down into the floor with the front of my toes. Now I can't really see your feet, but some of you may be very flexible in the feet. And so here's another way of doing that. You just cross your you have your foot pointed, and then you cross, and then you bend. So I'm bending my knee, and that puts a little more pressure on that. So this is a good thing to do anytime when you don't really have anything to do. You can stretch your feet. Do the other foot a couple of times. And then shake out your feet. Oh, feel your feet. They feel tingly and alive. Let's do pulling the bow. So have your legs about shoulder width wide. And then we're going to, this is the position like this. So this is an exercise for the lung meridian. And so we use this position of the hands. So the lung meridian comes into the thumb. So with this position, you want to bend your knees. If you want to, you can open your legs wider than this, wide as you want. And then you pull back the bow, and then there's lung 1 and 2 are right here underneath your collarbone. Now to change sides, this extended arm comes on top, and it's like you're a sorcerer and you're moving energy this way. Now I have that L shape with my fingers on this side. And then do the same thing again. That hand goes on top. And you pull the bow. This is to help you to set your sights on your goal. So the extended arm always is the one that crosses on top. And then it's very easy to pull that around and pull that bow. And if you want to have a little bit of a more finesse, so when your hand is this way, it's not absolutely to the side. It's a little bit so the pinky is in front. Exhale as you sink down. Do a few more. It's really a very beautiful movement. Inhale for this part. Exhale. Here we're with bending the knees, you're strengthening the legs and the energy flow from the legs, as well as working on the lung energy. And then bring your arms down. Let's do a forward fold. So bend your knees. You can go part way down. Hold on to something and maybe just lengthen your spine. Or if you want to, you can lean all the way over. Let your back relax. Let the back of your legs lengthen. And then go ahead and slowly put your hands on your thighs and stand up. Now we'll do one of my favorites. It's the swimming dragon. So start out with your hands here in front of your chest. Maybe bend your knees a little bit. Soft knees all the time on this one. And bend a little bit more if you want to exercise your legs a little bit more. So you push your hands to the left, still in that prayer position. And then you turn your head to the right. And if you bend your knees, see how it shifts your hips to the side a little bit. And then do the same thing to the other side. Picture that you're circulating the energy around your chest. Just breathe deeply, but breathe through the motion. And now let's change levels. So now in front of the solar plexus, now my fingertips are facing forward. And then do the same movement. You just glide side to side. Circulate the energy around the solar plexus area. Maybe loosen up some emotional stuckness that might be hanging around in there. Couple more. And then come back to the center and we'll go low with the fingertips pointing to the floor. And you can think of it that this is the dragon's tail, right? And so we'll do the same thing here, circulating the energy low. Just bend your knees as much as you can. And then come back up by the solar plexus. And then back in front of your heart center, your chest. And then come to the center. And then we'll do an even more swimming motion. So this really, it starts out just your spine is moving and your shoulders are going along with it. And then if you want to, you can bend down, get lower, lower than I do if you want to. And then start to swim up. Breathe freely, breathe naturally, and start to bring your hands up in front of your forehead. And then up over your head. Just imagine you're circulating energy throughout your whole system. And then have your palms together here and reach your arms up, lift up your heels, get a little practice balancing, strengthen your feet. And then come down. Let's add a little bit to that. This usually starts out with a circle around the front to gather some energy in. So point your fingertips to the left and then keep your hands face the same basic way as you circle around. And do that a couple more times. Bend your knees so you can come around all the way. Let's do that one more time. And now let's go into the first swimming dragon. You go side to side. And then down to the solar plexus. And all the way down, swing the dragon's tail. And now start to work your way back up, that center position. And then back to your chest. And then take the dragon for a swim. Start with just your spine moving, and then take it low. And then start to let the energy ascend. Take it up past your chest, to your face, your forehead. And then up over your head, and then lift your heels, have a little balance. And come down. Let's do that again. And this time, let's make a little bit of a change to this part. We'll only do one. of those. So let's start from the beginning. Point your fingers over to the right and then circle around. Inhale, fresh energy. You're collecting a big ball of energy and pulling it into your chest, into your system. One more time. And then to the chest, solar plexus, all the way down. Solar plexus, and then chest, and then start to swim. Swim all the way down and bring it back up again. Up over your head, lift up and balance. And then when you're ready, come back down. Take a moment to feel your body. And let your arms come down. Okay. Let's do bouncing and shaking. Just open up your legs a little bit so they're underneath your shoulders. You can go a little bit wider than this, a little bit more narrow, whatever feels good. Shake your wrists, bounce your knees a little bit, relax your shoulders. Breathe out. You can breathe out through your mouth. Sigh out with that HA sound, the heart sound. Release anything that's heavy on your heart. One more breath. And then take a rest. Feel your body. By now, we've really opened up a lot of your channels, gotten your energy and your blood moving. And then just put your hands facing down, the palms facing down in front of you, opening the flow. So inhale as you let your arms float up. Then you pull your hands back a little bit towards you as you exhale and bring them down. So it's inhale and exhale. Train yourself to move with relaxation. Inhale, you can imagine energy traveling up through your spine. Exhale, let it come down the front of your body. Feel yourself relaxing into this movement. It's very simple. So we can all just let ourselves go with the flow on this one. Relax your hands, relax your fingers, relax your wrists. And now let's change this into soaring crane. So this time, bring your arms up here in front of you, palms still face down. You open your arms out, expand your chest, turn your hands over, and then close the index finger and the thumb. So it looks like that on both hands. And then you close your wings, elbows a little bit together. So it's not this way. It's more elbows drop down. It stretches a little bit differently in between your shoulder blades. On this part, inhale, open your chest, and exhale. Open your upper back. Another really great exercise for the lung meridian. And as we exhale, we close the index finger and thumb so that we encourage the energy to stay with us that we've just breathed in and not just leak out again. Inhale and exhale. Possibly even get your spine loosened up. Slight undulation, that was the word, up your spine. Keep your knees soft too. And now keep your fingers in the lung mudra, the thumb and index finger, and just stand. We call these postures of power. So adjust your posture. Shift your weight a little bit back into your heels so your feet can relax. Drop your tailbone down, relax your shoulders, and feel the top of your head being pulled up into heaven. Now let's go back into soaring crane and we'll add a little bit of an extra movement to that. So bring your arms up and inhale and exhale. Now from here, open your hands, face the palms toward you and pull in a lot of fresh energy into your lungs. You can feel your chest expanding. And then exhale, push away anything that's heavy or old that you want to drop. Breathe in. Finger and thumb, touch, exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in confidence. Confidence is one of the positive emotions that's associated with the lung meridian. Push away any sadness or darkness. Inhale, inspiration. Focus on what inspires you in life. Push away all the things you should do, but they're not really part of your joy. Open your arms for courage. Have the strength and the power to express yourself. And again, the breathing is inhale here. Exhale, elbows together. Inhale. And exhale. Just do a couple more times. And then this time, after you exhale, just bring your arms down and come back to your posture of power. Relax your low back. So let your lower back get long. You can try dropping your tailbone down just a little bit. So you're not really tucking under, just lengthening. Weights back into your heels so your feet can relax. And shoulders. Maybe move your shoulders around a little bit. Allow them to relax down your back. And lift the top of your head. And now open your hands, and we'll do Zen circles this time. So with your right hand, you just sweep your arm around and up. So you make a circle with your moving arm. And notice I'm not just doing arm circles, I'm allowing my hips to turn. It gives a lot more freedom to the movement. Inside a circle, if we just draw a circle on some paper, it looks like that is empty, that there's nothing in there. The lesson from this exercise is that some of the most important things are things we cannot see. We can't see gravity. It affects us all the time, 24/7. That emptiness actually represents a field of all possibilities. If you can make friends with that, then you can make room for some new creations. Let's do the breathing. So inhale, you should bring your arm up and around, and exhale as you let it come down. Just turn from your hips and your waist. Let's just do one more and then change to the other side. So the back of your hand leads here, and then it changes. Your wrist is leading here. Inhale and exhale. There's no need to make a really huge arm movement, so you don't have to reach way up. It's just in front of maybe your forehead, maybe even lower, depending on how you feel. Just relax that arm. And now come to a rest with both your hands down. Now let's do alternating. One hand and then change to the other. So with your right, you want to sweep your arm around and back. Then change to the other side. Inhale as you bring your arm up. Exhale as it comes down. And notice hips are turning as well. That's a very relaxed movement. You can breathe in as you bring your arm up, exhale as it comes down, or you can make your own variation on that, something that works for you. Last one. And then cross your hands at the thumb webs. Bring your legs a little bit closer together. Take some centering breaths. Allow the energy that we've just been circulating and accumulating to be absorbed by your body. Just relax and allow your body to gently and subtly rock and sway. Take one more breath here. And exhale, relax your arms down. And now let's do that breathing meditation I was telling you about. For this one, I recommend that you do the breathing part seated. And then at the end, if you want to, you can just gently lie yourself down for that last part of breathing. So what we're doing here is expanding the parameters of the breath. We use yang, and that'll be the fire breathing. You may remember that. It's you breathe in through your nose and your belly comes out. And then exhale, pull your belly in, right? Very strong breath, very yang. And then we'll go into belt breathing. So belt breathing, you put your hands by your sides. You get a little bit farther away so you can see that. And we'll do a few breaths here. And then we'll go back to fire breathing. Put your hands on your belly for that so you can experience the belly going in and out. And then the next thing we do is hands over the kidneys, like we did at the beginning of class. So that's a very deep breath. The most yin of the breathing is breathing into your low back. Okay, so let's just get ourselves into the right mood, the right focus. Relax your shoulders and put your hands on your lower belly and just breathe down into your belly. Deep, slow breathing. Be aware of your hands moving out when you inhale and moving back in when you exhale. And now let your hands remain here on your belly, and we'll do some very strong fire breath. So it's breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Really pull your belly in to give that some force. Exhale all the breath out, and then bring your hands to the sides of your waist. Press in a little bit, breathe in. Expand the sides of your waist and your rib cage, and exhale, let that return in. So keep pressure on the sides of your waist. Take a few more breaths just like that. Breathe deeply down into your diaphragm. When your diaphragm descends, when you take your deep breath, allow your hands to challenge the sides of your waist. A couple more breaths, then we'll return to the fire breath. When you're doing the fire breath, I imagine to myself that I'm fanning the fire in my lower abdomen, and it's strengthening at the same time. It's burning away impurities, anything that I'm through with. One more breath here. And then put your hands on your belly, fire breathing. Blow the air all the way out, and then put your hands on your lower back. Breathe into your kidneys, into your lower back area. Focus your attention on your lower back. Breathe in deeply to this area, kidneys, lower back. Just one more breath here. And then put your hands on your belly. Now we'll go through another round of that whole thing. It's very strong breath, so it can make you feel a little bit lightheaded, but you're sitting down, so it should be okay. You can always just stop. For the rest of this, you don't have to do any more of the fire breathing. If that's too much, you can just do breathing down into your belly. But if you feel like doing more, let's do another round. So fire breath. Belly goes out, forcefully in. One more. Bring your hands to the sides of your waist. Inhale. Press your hands out with your diaphragm and your muscles on the sides. Exhale. Press your hands back in. Feel your breath. Feel your hands moving underneath your breath. You'll probably find that at the same time you're breathing into your sides, you're also breathing into your belly. One more breath. Put your hands in your lower abdomen. Optional fire breath. Pull your belly in strongly. One more. Kidney breathing. Breathe deeply into your lower back. Focus your attention on the kidney area and your lower back. Feel that expand as you inhale into your hands and exhale, allow that to relax. And now bring your hands over your lower belly. And if you want to, you can relax completely, lie down, or just remain seated. But if you're sitting, maybe you can sit back into your chair so you can relax a little bit more. Let's just do some belly breathing, the way we started out. Just gently breathe into your lower abdomen. And then after taking a few deep breaths, just allow your breath to go free. So drop any of the parameters that you've put on it and just focus on your breath and see what a very natural breath feels like. See what it naturally wants to do. And maybe it feels a little deeper, a little more complete than when we started out this exercise. Focus on your lower abdomen. Focus on your breath. When you exhale, relax a little more deeply. Inhale and relax. Exhale and relax. Experience a natural breath. Relax your shoulders. Relax your legs. Allow your breath to become completely relaxed. Allow your breath to slow down, become very gentle. Be aware of it without changing it. And then take one more breath and make a circle on your lower abdomen. Allow yourself to absorb, digest all that energy we've been working with. And gently open your eyes. Rub your hands together. And then you can stretch and take that energy out into the rest of your day.